Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. This is Bill Sienkiewicz, and you're listening to the Marvel Card Collectors Podcast.
We're going to review 2023, kids.
Do I have time to get a quick refill?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It went down. I'll be right back.
Yeah. We're fluid.
There he goes. He's up already.
Hey, we're not recording yet.
Well, technically speaking, I am, because I always think this stuff is gold. And also, I've started one of these before and forgotten to push the bloody button, which is just like,
Who was it for?
I can't remember, but there was that one time when we were interviewing Bill Sienkiewicz when my internet connection went completely, and it was recording on my Skype, and we lost like 15 minutes of the interview, and I was like, because we carried on. You know, my internet resumed and it carried on, but it stopped the recording. I was like, fuck. So there's 15 minutes of really good Bill Sienkiewicz conversation that never made it into the episode. Lost to the
Lost in space. Yep.
Yeah, completely. Right. I know it off by heart now, so I'm just going to go for it. Welcome to the Marvel Card Collectors Podcast, your weekly digest of hobby goodness. Joining me from the motley crew this week is Keith, hey, where's my Peroni? Jason Markinet, aka Grand Larsenet, and Wesley Webshooter. Good morning, good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Morning.
I just randomly just make shit up, and your names will probably change from week to week. Missing this week, trapped under a heavy object or down a well, is Josh James Kennedy Smith, otherwise known as Jokes, because that, to me, is what his initials abbreviate to. But we're going to review the sets that came out in 2023 from Upper Deck, and there are, well, we just counted them, 17 of them we're counting. But what was it, Jason? What did you ask?
Oh, that the list we're counting from, does that include the weekly sets that Upper Deck released it on EPAC? I believe it was a Guardians of Ant-Man, because that came out in February.
Oh, Quantum Mania. Yeah.
Quantum Mania, Guardians 3, Across the Spider-Verse, and the Marvels. And I could be forgetting something.
No, I think you've nailed that. No, that's all four. So that list doesn't include those, which is interesting actually, because let's just start with those, because they are Upper Deck getting something out when the movie's released, rather than you having to wait a year, 18 months for the set, which I know a lot of people get a bit like, what's the point? Case in point, the No Way Home set that we'll talk about in a minute, that I opened a box of yesterday. Those are a pretty good way of getting a set out, because it's kind of like what Topps do, because you can buy stuff from Topps. Like, remember, is anyone into The Mandalorian?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, but Topps had these episode sets for The Mandalorian that they put on sale each week on their website. So it was online only, but you could buy them. But they're kind of print to order. They only print as many as people ordered. So this is kind of what Upper Deck are doing here, I think, because you can't get them sent home straight away. And Jason, you've done these,
right? Yeah. I did I kind of skipped the first, because I started last year with, I think,
Thor and Wakanda Forever.
Thor, and then Wakanda Forever. Yeah, you're right. But the Spider-Verse, I did it. And yeah, it was a while before they were able to be transferred, and then you get an achievement. They have like a base, an SP, and an SSP every week, and you get one card per pack. And there's an achievement for base, SP, SSP, and then you get those achievements. So the achievement, I mean, it's probably been a month now. The achievement just became available to send home.
Gotcha.
I only did the base set, but they are pretty cards. I'll hold up my camera,
because I've never seen any of these in the flesh.
So they got nice red webbing foil in the back.
Oh wow,
that's pretty cool. That reminds me of the old patterns.
This is the base set, the 3 cards, and then the achievement was a Miles, and it's got like a gold logo in the back. But I've got it sitting on ComC waiting to ship back, and there's Spider Gwen or Ghost Spider or Spider Woman or whatever you want to call
Well,
her.
Spider Gwen on that card. She'll always be Spider Gwen to me.
Yeah, same.
Um,
But yeah, they're nice. The scans don't look great, but once they become transferable, the scans change because I guess it's a
Okay.
digital image to start with. The scans
Yeah,
change and they stand out. But once you get them in person, they are pretty nice. But I'm partial to Spider-Man, so I like the web and
Yeah, those are
yeah,
really cool. Those are really sweet.
they
Wasn't
are.
there
They
a
are really sweet.
Scarlet Spider too? Or was
Uh,
that just the achievements?
he was either SP or SSP, I think.
Thought I saw her.
They're pretty tough to get, those SSPs as well. I've seen people trying to get them and moving them in group for I mean, I'm not saying
Yeah.
hundreds, but
I pulled one, I think. I think I pulled one or two SPs and one or two SSPs. I was trying to just do a base set and had to buy more packs because I pulled an pesky SP or whatever.
yeah,
But
yeah.
they had some of the other kind of, I think Gwen, Miles, and 2099 were mixed in again in those SPs and SSPs, but you had the Indian Spider-Man, the cyborg Spider Woman.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Spider Punk,
Spider Punk.
Gwen, right.
Yeah.
Jessica Drew.
Jessica Drew. Yeah. Scarlet Spider, I think, was in there. I think the achievements were Miles, Gwen, and 2099.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think.
So
You can go on ePack and do a quick check.
So they go for what, 4 or 5 weeks most, isn't it? Something like that.
Yeah, these were
vary.
three
Yeah.
weeks.
Marvels was 3 weeks as well.
Yeah,
So you're
Marvels
talking
was 3
about
weeks.
like a 9-page, not much more, if you got all of them.
Which is ideal if
yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I like.
And then the achievements will kind of blow you over the 9-page, but
Yeah. Okay.
It looks like a total of 12 cards from what I can see.
Yeah. No, that sounds about right. I might see about tracking some of them down.
yeah, you can get the SPs and SSPs are a little bit more on ComC, but like the base you can get, pretty easy.
I might snaffle up even just some of the base just to ship home just for my girl, because they're nice quality, they are. And
The Guardians ones look good too.
Yeah.
I haven't bought any of those, but that design looks good on those. I did the Marvels. I don't know why, but I did it. I got the base, and then I wasn't as wild about the achievements for those. They were kind of just cartoony versions of the characters.
And that's the interesting thing with those, is that they are just character shots. So they can print them and design them and release them at the time that the movie's out. They don't have to wait for the special effects shots to be done for any of the spoilers and things like that, which is what I think holds up a lot of sets. And I keep looking over here because all the No Way Home cards that I broke yesterday are still kind of on the bench where I broke them. So I'm kind of looking over at them because they're kind of calling to me, and I'll bring some up to camera when we get to that point. So 21 if you include those, then 21 releases. But I like those EPAC releases because it does kind of give something in the marketplace when the movie's coming out, I guess. So
a little filler. Almost.
Yeah. So
and I think it's riding a wave too. Something comes out and there's people that are excited about it.
Yeah.
And it's a double-edged sword. These sets take a while to come out if it's a property like that. And one, it might lose some of its hype when it comes out, and then two, when you get it, you're like, oh wow, I remember this from the movie, because you haven't seen the movie in a while. So there's like kind of a nostalgia thing, a quick nostalgia, but there's also a loss of possible revenue for Upper Deck because they can't get it out quick enough.
Seems like great momentum.
Yeah, well, it gets people to their site as well.
True.
And of course, that's what they want. They want people on their site looking around and like, okay, I bought that. What else can I buy? Because of course, it's like as soon as you've opened the packs, buy more.
Yep.
Right, it's just right there.
So I figured, look, there's basically 2 lanes we can drive in here. We've got the MCU lane, which includes Disney Plus, and then we've got the comic art set, which is things like Fleer Ultra Avengers, Masterpieces, etc. So let's do I don't know how many of you have managed to dip into each of these. So obviously, we've not all experienced them. I've been fortunate enough to open a box of most of these things this year. Apart from Premiere, maybe. In fact, yeah, I haven't opened Premiere because it was just not my bag. But I've pretty much touched on the rest of it, and I'm sure some of you have seen openings or had cards from some of the sets, or blasters is one of the things. So shall we start with the MCU stuff and then we'll do the original art stuff? Shall we do it that way, or do you want to do it in order of release? We should have planned this. Should have talked about it beforehand.
Let's do MCU.
Let's do MCU. Right. I'm still going to go order of release.
Executive decision.
I'm still going to go order of release because bugger me, they were fast out of the gates. So Spider-Man into the what's the first one called? Into the Spider-Verse? That came out just before 2023. So it came out in December 2022. So it's not on the list that we're going to talk about. But it did hit EPAC in 2023. The only reason I mention it is because it didn't get a look in on any kind of review from last year of 2022 stuff. But hot on the heels of that, you had WandaVision on the 18th of January. Then you had Falcon and Winter Soldier on the 15th of February. So let's start with those. Did any of you get any of those in hand?
I opened
Did not.
I opened a lot of WandaVision. I think at that time for me there was some buildup, and they did have the blasters too. So
Yeah.
I think they had the cool yellow card that was the extra blaster incentive, and yeah, it was. I thought it was a nice mix between the different things. I wish I did get a little bit more of the. There's a chance to hit a little bit more because there was like the string and the blasters. There was the film cells, and it did have some really nice autos though.
Yeah.
What is his name?
Yeah,
Evan.
Evan Peters.
That was right after that movie came out that he was Dahmer, right?
Oh, yeah, the Dharma one. Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty cool to see. And then Elizabeth Olsen, obviously, that was a nice little. I didn't get that one. I just got her, and then her friend that's kind of not real smart, I guess.
You're having a mental moment.
Oh no.
aren't you?
It was the Kathleen, the bad girl, the bad guy, the bad lady. Anyway,
Oh,
I got
Agatha Harkness. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Agatha, yeah.
Yeah. No,
And-
she's pretty good. Catherine Hahn. That's it.
Yeah, she is good. And we kind of got sort of back-to-back sets with Catherine Hahn autos because she was
in
Doc Ock
Spider-Verse.
in Spider-Verse,
that's right.
and then Agatha in WandaVision. So
Yeah. The Doc Ock. I haven't got a Doc Ock card from Spider-Verse yet because A, I've just not been focused on getting one, and B, I find the images of her on that card just a little bit scary. Just the images of the female Doc Ock character. They freak me out a little bit. There's one that's less kind of nightmare inducing than the others, and that's the one on my wish list, but I've still not acquired it.
Yeah, it was just I know we're talking about the new stuff, but that scene where it reveals who she actually is in that movie is great.
I'm gonna try out this.
There you go.
And there he is.
Oh,
Look at
cool.
this. Look at this.
Camera.
Webby vision.
Trying to yeah, so that was the Catherine Hahn.
So I've got my big box of delights here. I've not got any autos, but in here,
Wow.
most of the contents of most of the boxes that I've broken this year, aside from stuff I've traded or sold. So you can kind of look at them. I mean, the thing that I found frustrating with that set was the different styles of autos. Not frustrating. I mean, I get why they did it, but they did the black and white ones, and then they did the can't remember what they're called now. The ones you had just there, I think, were the kind of black and white TV style ones. But I mean, I do like the base cards were nice. I liked the kind of TV kind of concept, and the foiling on the parallels was good. But it was very much
the red and purple foiling.
Yeah.
I pulled one of each out of the one blaster, and
Red.
yeah.
And you can see it's kind of got a ripple effect
Yeah.
on behind. It's difficult to catch.
Yeah, the red I pulled was, I think the card's called the Darkhold, with her in her, Scarlet Witch gear,
Yeah, there we go.
and it looks good in the red
Oh, it's
foil.
the final. It's card 90. It's the final scene of the movie. Because I'm rainbowing that card, and then
that's
you got
nice. That's a nice
the
card.
purple. Then you got the purple.
Yeah.
Kind of got a different. You can see it's kind of got that cross foil effect at the back there, which is nice. But the interesting thing about this set and Falcon and Winter Soldier is that the core structure was virtually identical. You had the base, you had two types of parallels, you had film cells, you had maybe 3 or 4 chase sets, including some that were one a box, and then you had the blaster exclusives, the yellows, which was the same for Falcon and Winter Soldier. Outside of that and the autos, it was kind of fairly. It was a formula, if you like. I remember commenting on that when I broke some with Brad Galley on the podcast, and we were both kind of the same mind. But while they had so many of the top end autos in these sets, and I'm sure you've seen this on the groups, people were frustrated at the fact they were so much more difficult to hit because there were fewer of them in the product. So if you bought a case, you got. I mean, I can't remember the ratios now off the top of my head, but I know some of the more recent product, MCU side of things, it's two autos a case. That's a lot less than it used to be. So they're printing more, and they've got this top. I mean, Grant himself said they're spending the money on the top talent, so that leaves less money in the pot to actually make the rest of the set in some cases. And I think these sets are okay. And I'm going to talk about Loki, even though it was much later in the year. But Loki is almost identical in terms of the way the set was constructed.
I agree. Yeah.
Base, 2 parallels, film cells, and the film cells are offensively thick. There's a 70s one from one division.
I got one 70s film cell out of a blaster.
And when you get
Wanda.
I mean, it's nice, and the signed ones are okay. But when you get one of these, it's fine to a point. But there was a lot of frustration with film sales this year, and I think part of it comes from the fact that it's so thick, so you effectively lose 3 cards that could have been something else. I mean, admittedly, they could all be base, and the other thing is, this is Disney Plus. It was never broadcast. So
true.
It wouldn't have. I get it if it's a movie for it to be a film cell, but there's something about the whole film cell concept when it's a Disney Plus show. And to be fair to Upper Deck, they did this with Daredevil, and that was broadcast on telly as well. But I don't know, something about it. But I think everyone's just a bit like, I spent this much on the boxes, got really excited about it, and I got a stack of film cells this high and 2 autos. And neither of which are the characters. So there was a lot of that around.
Right. I will say that hitting the film cells, because I hit a 1 film cell in WandaVision and 2 in Falcon Winter Soldier, and I will say hitting film cells in blasters is a little bit more exciting than hitting them in a hobby box or a e-pack.
Well, your expectations are lower.
Yes.
The blaster, aren't they? So I mean, this is the Falcon and Winter Soldier yellow one, and it's okay, it's nice, and that's the blaster exclusive. They also, and Jason, you reminded me about this one. There's a chase insert that's exclusive to the
I've got one right here.
Good, because I'm struggling to find mine. That's it. The lineup.
The lineup. And basically they're character profile cards, but these were exclusive to the blaster, and I don't have the hobby character profile cards on hand, but it's got the nice silver foiling, and I like the background.
That's the hobby version.
Okay, that's the hobby version.
Yeah, the lineup are much nicer, and since you sent me that picture, I think I'm going to chase those down. And the other interesting thing about these were the first 2023 sets and the first MCU product, I think, that had blasters. So, I didn't realize this until I saw someone posting group, but Loki has got blasters as well. So again, it's exactly the same kind of formula for the set build. And they also have the lineup cards. I'm struggling to find the lineup cards I've got. They're here somewhere. So I probably will go for the lineup cards myself, but
Yeah, they're
I
real
mean,
nice.
yeah.
They're really nice.
But with all the different parallels, now there's other parallels as well. There were numbered parallels in them, so that this is the start of the numbering that comes in. The one I got from Falcon and Winter Soldier was quite uninspiring. You got different ones. This was numbered to 225. I'm not even sure what the parallel name was called, but it's just a different foiling.
I think that's the Flag
The
Smasher.
number, yeah, you got Flag Smasher, and you can see it's numbered there. And I know with One Division, you had a white vision parallel.
Mhm.
You had a black and white parallel as well. Some of them were limited to 25. And then you've got the E-Pack exclusive. So actually, if you do go to Rainbow a specific card, it's a relatively affordable set to Rainbow. Because
Mhm.
the E-Pack ones are pretty much 10 or 20, unless you get down to the really low numbered stuff. But of course, most people are going to go Rainbow something of,
A bigger name or character.
yeah, exactly. Most people are going to do like Elizabeth Olsen. I'm trying to find a nice picture of Elizabeth Olsen in my cards. So
the popular one from that set was her in that one.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, there's that one. So you're either going to do that one. There's another one called Maximize Your Candy Acquisition, and that's the one I'm rainbowing. In fact, I've pretty much done it now. But you're going to go for that one over something like that, for example, which nice though it is. So, but I mean, that's been my approach with those sets, is just find an image you like and just for fun, go after that. But that's probably because at the time they came out, we didn't realize what we were in for with how many sets were going to come out this year. And it's like, oh my giddy aunt. Yeah.
The one thing I noticed about WandaVision, it's on sale on E-Pack right now. WandaVision is 25% off, but packs for WandaVision are $12.99 on E-Pack.
A lot more expensive, yeah.
And like $184 for a box.
Yeah.
There are some high profile autos in it, but that seems a little steep for what it is.
Well, Falcon and Winter Soldier you're right, and a lot of people commented at the time, because I think they might have listened to that feedback, because Falcon and Winter Soldier was, I think, $7.99 or something like that.
Yeah.
And has consistent. I don't think that has been on sale yet. I know that One Division has been on sale twice now at 25% off.
It might be part of the reason that sale's in place.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, just to move some of it on the site.
I know people went pretty crazy for it, though. Even though
they did. Well, that's because of the Elizabeth Olsen ones, the duels with her and Paul Bettany. They're very sought after. They're very popular. I think there are some acetate and plexi cards in the set, but I didn't pull any. Falcon and Winter Soldier has got these marvelous metal cards forged vibranium. I don't have any in hand, so I'm holding it hand up. You just got to kind of imagine it's there. I have all of them on ComC waiting to ship home. Because after a couple of months, I was picking them up at $3, $4, $5 each, apart from the jewels, which were nearer 15. So I have completed that set of it, but it's nice, it's fun, and I think if you're into those shows, or if you're chasing the autographs, you need it to be a bit cheaper if you're going to chase the autographs.
I think when it came out too, like there was still some hype. There wasn't that many sets. Yeah, right. There was still only a few sets, so maybe
I think they sold well because people were still thirsting, and that's what I'm saying. I think if they'd come out, and I think Loki has probably suffered from this. If it had come out later in the year, we can see all your all your things on your desktop. If it had come out later in the year, I think people would have held off. You got one of the Aztecs.
Yeah, this is one of the the bad thing on it, but yeah,
that's cool. Is that quite a thick Aztec?
It's pretty it's pretty thick.
Yeah, they are pretty thick, those ones.
But yeah, these were before the floodgates opened, so to speak.
That's right. Yeah. So I don't think see, that's the thing. I've seen a few of those from different sets over the years, and over this year, and the quality on them is brilliant. It's really sharp. The edges are smooth. The card's not scratched at all. In fact, in Beginnings, the box of Beginnings I opened,
It's on my
there
pull
was
list.
a Professor X one, and it was in a penny sleeve to protect it, like fresh out of the box.
Oh.
And I thought, yeah, that's
Cool.
that's nice. But weirdly, it wasn't for Eternals. In fact, yeah, here it is. It's still in its penny sleeve. Same vibe.
Oh wow.
The
Oh, cool.
transparent past. So I've not taken that out at all.
What set is that? That's from Beginnings?
That's from Beginnings. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So we'll come on to
Those look
Beginnings
cool.
in a minute.
That's cool.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. I saw it there straight away because it obviously sticks out because it's quite thick. So we have those two to start us off, and then we
Yeah.
have Fleer Ultra Avengers in March.
Oh, yeah. Oh, can I say something about
Oh, go on.
comparing the two blasters of Wanda and
Yes, please.
Falcon? Okay, so the Wanda blasters, you got some of the foil parallels in there.
Yeah.
I opened up a bunch of Falcon parallel blasters, and there wasn't any of like the red or blue. Like I did not get a single foily card.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I haven't
I did.
checked the odds, but
Yeah.
you got like, yellow base, the inserts. I got 2 film cells. You got the
Yeah.
lineup.
Because that's the
Yeah,
that's the
I
foiling on it. You can see it when I put it in the light there.
those were not in the blasters.
Oh, that's
at
pretty
least
cool.
Yeah, they are pretty cool. I mean, there's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with them. And that one's quite nice. This one's a little bit more difficult to see. The thing is with these cards, these foil ones, is that if you're in, I'm in England, unfortunately, and the cards do that.
Mm,
That's just because of the foiling and So
wow.
unless you get them in like
Blue.
sleeves or top, but you can see it. You can just about see it there. It's kind of like a
That's almost got a
Like-
crease.
Yeah, no, that's just the foiling. But yeah, no, it's unfortunate. The foil ones do that. The base cards are fine, but anything with foiling in, don't even get me started on the stickers from what do you call it? Shang-Chi.
This was staring me in the face. I've got to
Oh,
show. This
that's
is the
nice.
achievement film cell from EPAC.
Oh, okay. So it's just a regular film cell, not a That's nice.
But I like the background, and it's a good image of
Yeah,
him.
yeah. So I think film cells. With film cells, less is more. Let's just say that, and we'll move on. So, Fear Ultra Avengers. Thoughts on Fear Ultra Avengers as a first original art set since, good grief, the first original art set since Anime and Masterpieces 2020,
I believe
Is it?
you're.
apart from Unbound.
Yeah, you have to
It
keep
is the
Unbound
first
in there.
retail original art set, I think.
I did like the
Thought the
chess
art was good.
pieces. I thought the chess pieces were really cool. And the medallions.
Yeah.
Medallion's probably my favorite of the inserts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think I've got the very same one. I just that's what,
Ah.
yeah.
See,
Okay.
I just grabbed.
your camera's doing something weird. It's like stretching width ways to fill the thing, so everything's a bit fatter.
Oh,
It's not a problem,
thought I
but
was-
it just made me laugh because your chess piece looks like it's been eating all the pies.
yes.
But no, the medallions are nice. I've got me Iron Man here. I mean, I did start going for these, but then I realized I was only collecting them just because they were shiny, not because I actually had any real affinity to them. So I kind of binned it off after a while. In fact, yeah, the only element of the set I actually really went for was the Silver Age cards.
Okay.
Because of the Tom Morgan artwork on it. Yeah, those are so good.
Yeah, that's my favorite art from the set is the Silver Age. I grabbed this one because it's also the orange blaster parallel number to
Oh, nice.
549, I believe.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. I think I've got a couple of those because I got 3 blasters of One Division, 3 of Falcon and Winter Soldier, and 3 of Hooah! And I had them shipped to my boy in the States, and yeah, so I've got a few of the oranges left. I've got that Crystal. Crystal Faye is the artist, Maria Hill.
Yeah.
let's talk about the stripes. Let's just get that out of the way.
That was gonna come up.
That's my gripe,
Yeah.
and I see it continuing with Wolverine.
I mean, I get why they felt they needed it there to make what's Grant's expression, to put value in the product. There's more parallels, more chase, and all that sort of stuff. I get it, but
You're messing with the art
Yeah, it stops a great
too much.
set. Yeah, it makes a great set an average set, in my opinion, and I think
Mhm.
it's real disservice to the artists.
I agree. If they could have kept what they did there and gave it a border, like they could have done the stripes still and bordered it just slightly, a quarter of an inch around
Yeah.
it, and still had
Just
that orange foiling, whatever foiling they wanted to do
Just
there,
something. Yeah,
and
yeah.
left the backgrounds alone, I think
Yeah.
that it would have went over a lot better. It's at least with me, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
It
I
was a
hear.
big turn. It was a big turn off for me with an original
Yeah.
art set to see it, plastered up like that.
And I've seen some interviews with the artists that worked on these cards, and I think they were surprised and kind of disappointed because I mean they did I mean they put effort in the backgrounds and the whole setting,
Yeah.
and then they see the cards and they've got
Yeah.
Graffiti.
stripes.
Yeah. Tom Fleming was, when we spoke to him, and he'd done all that work on the Black Panther, on the background to that, and he talked about it. And then you get the card, and it's just like, oh, Tom, sorry to hear
And-
about your background.
Yeah, I don't know why
This-
like the
I know
other
it's
fleet.
fat, but that
Yeah.
I think this Archangel is one of my favorites.
That's
It
really
is
stretched.
nice.
The card looks square.
I
I
love
did
it.
that so I could look skinnier.
No, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I don't know.
Are we gonna get? Are we gonna get to
an?
an? Go ahead.
No, carry on.
No, are we gonna get to an age where a parallel is an untouched card, where it's just the card?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, what I love about masterpieces over the past few years is that the border, whether you like it or loathe it, it's an accent. It's not too intrusive, and it actually works really well. And they're still able to do all the parallels, although no, they did do more parallels this year.
Oh yeah.
And they're still able to number them in different ways and call them different things, and they're subtle. And they were able to do all that with Fleer Ultra Spider-Man and Fleer Ultra X-Men.
Yeah, I was going to bring up about I didn't do any Fleer Ultra X-Men, but I love Fleer Ultra Spider-Man. That's the top. But you had your base and then your web foil parallel, and I think with X-Men wasn't like an X parallel.
That's right. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
Silver and the Rainbow had X's.
Yeah, I don't-
Yeah.
Right. I don't know why, with Fleer Ultra Avengers, it would have been cool if the parallel had like an A in the back,
Yeah.
for the parallel.
Like that. Oh, yeah, it's
Oh.
lovely. See, Fleer Ultra X-Men, we don't realize how lucky we were at the time.
Yep.
We really don't. And can I just say, your most common color parallel is green on Fleer Ultra Avengers. Who chose that green? Who chose that green? I want to have a firm conversation with whoever chose that green. I just think it's a really unappealing color. just
It's like an emerald more than a green.
Yeah, I don't know. It just
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah, the green doesn't yeah. It reminds me of with Spider-Man Homecoming on EPAC when you rainbowed
Yeah.
rainbow, or you combined 10 cards, it was a green web.
Yeah. It's
But-
just the green foil lettering on cards like this just doesn't look good. I'm sorry, and I know this isn't original art. This is reused art, because I think it was only the base and the Silver Age that had original art, if I remember correctly. I think the rest of it is all from somewhere else. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, I mean, Upper Deck always do this really well. They do have fun with the stuff. So, for example, on Squirrel Girl, some of the aspects of it are in front of the foiling, and you can see one of the squirrel's paws is in front of the foiling there. So they've had fun with it.
Yeah.
It's not. They've kind of tried to work it in where they can. I'm sure their designers have, some challenges with some of this to actually make it work. But yeah, overall, it just turned me off. And because it's a thick set, I was kind of like, me personally, I was like, look, it's an Avengers set. It's great. I'm not really an Avengers guy. do I really want another 2 really thick binders just to have the set?
That's
Right.
true.
Regardless of the power
That's a
levels.
good call out.
Because
Yeah.
if I'm going to have the original art and it's going to be that thick, so that's why I just went for the Silver Age. And also I did put it down. I was going to bin it off, but I think I'm going to go back to it. The Tom Morgan Rainbow Foil 9x 3x3.
Yeah, that was cool.
That's just, I mean, I'm sure you've heard the story. He painted it over a weekend or something crazy like that during a
Wow.
hurricane or something. It's on the
Wow.
podcast, but he painted it in really quick time. And but I mean, a rainbow foil that's that easily accessible in the set. I mean, if you've not had a rainbow
Those
foil
are-
anything from Upper Deck, it's worth getting. It really is.
They
Oh,
always
yeah.
do a good job with the rainbow foil stuff.
Yeah.
They really do. Yeah.
But quality-wise, apart from some of the chess pieces being a bit mullered, I think people were generally, it was generally okay. I don't remember anything that was overtly repugnant, like ripped sketches. I think it's mainly the chess pieces.
The chess pieces got dinged up. Yeah,
The
you're
chess
right.
pieces got
Well,
dinged up.
weren't some of the medallions have like, didn't it, some of the medallions have like a little sort of printer type little
Yeah,
sort
like
of
where they grabbed it at the top of the
grabbed at the
card.
top? Yeah.
They
Right.
do, yeah,
I think I
that's
did.
right. I remember that now. And also one of the other things is and you saw this on Fleer Ultra Spider-Man on the PMGs, sometimes you get lines on where the foil rolls overlap. Because
There were
it's done-
some
it's done
double
on a rolling
printed
thing.
serials too, weren't there?
Were there? I hadn't seen those.
I think Izzy
Yeah.
had a witch that had a double
Right.
serial
okay.
or a widow that had a double serial on the back of it.
And then, of course, you had these really thin acetate cards. And you had 2 different ones of these. You had Ultra Power and the Ultra Stars. And wasn't the Stars a Blaster exclusive? Am I remembering
The
that
stars,
correctly?
yeah, but the stars was not that's Ultra Power,
Yeah.
and it was an Ultra Power Black, but then there was Ultra Stars, which is a silver card, and then the gold was
Okay, I thought the Ultra Stars was an acetate card like this because, of course, I didn't
Yeah.
pull any of them.
I
Not
didn't pull
lucky
any.
enough
I'm not getting up from my chair.
No,
for this
because
podcast,
otherwise we'll take the piss out of you again like we did last week.
But
But did you, Keith? Did you go for any sketches on this one?
I didn't go for any sketches. It goes to the border, and if I don't love the border, and if I see something that an artist took liberty on, I'll probably pick it up. But I didn't go out of my way to get a sketch for this set, no,
Okay.
because I have issues with busy borders on sketch cards.
Yeah, it didn't have that kind of cloud thing at the bottom, if I
It
remember.
had a
correctly.
lot going
Yeah,
on the bottom of it.
Mm.
Not as bad as the Spider-Man metal border was. I loathed that one. So, and I was really disappointed. I thought maybe some artists would take advantage of him being on the card and maybe make that part of the sketch.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah.
And no one messed around with that. I thought that was a missed
Well,
opportunity.
they might have done. They might have just ended up
Well,
getting
we just don't know.
rejected. We just, it's one of
Yeah.
those things. So, so Fear Ultra Avengers, the blasters were fun. I enjoyed those.
The blasters were a lot of fun, even they were what, $30.
That was
I think they were like $10 more. They were like 33 or something where I was.
It
Yeah.
wasn't much more. It wasn't much more. But you only
They-
got 3
yeah,
packs as opposed to 5 as well.
Right.
yeah, but they were still fun. I didn't really I don't know. I didn't really feel cheated. You
No.
got your
No, I agree.
orange, you got a medallion or 2, you got your
Did you have a chance at a jambalaya? Do you know
had
if
a
anybody hit
chance
it?
at a jambalaya.
I saw them being pulled out of blasters. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
You had a chance at a jambalaya. You could get a chess piece. I got several chess pieces. I got one Spider-Man Rook chess piece out of a blaster, and I got I forgot the name of it, but there was another card or kind of chase set in there called it wasn't the Stars one, it wasn't the Power, it was Power Supreme. It wasn't the acetate, it was a thick card that was foily. I pulled a Professor X out of a blaster.
Right. I can't remember now. My brain's gone. There's so much to remember from this year. It's just crazy. You go and have a look at that.
I'm looking.
That's where I am too.
So I'm gonna move because we've still got quite a few sets to get through. I'm gonna move us on and we'll come back to that. Marvel Annual. early April. And Marvel Annual, I mean, what can you say about Marvel Annual? I mean, it does its thing every year. Did anyone do Marvel Annual? Anyone
I
go
did
in
a
for it?
little bit of it, and I liked it much more than last year's or the previous years.
Yeah, that's pretty much everyone's response as well.
Yeah, I did on EPAC, I did quite a bit that first weekend and actually put some stuff together and realized that I didn't really want it and I don't have it
Yeah.
anymore. But
Yeah.
I like the I did buy a blaster and I mean I like the design. I'm partial to that 2018, 2019 set.
That's the sweet spot for those who have been
For a
in the
lot of
annual
people,
game
yeah.
for a lot. Yeah. I love it. It's the one annual set I've kept and pushing for. I do like what and I've said this before, so at the risk of sounding like a broken record, I'll say it again. With annual, since 2018-19, they've ditched the foil on the base cards. So they're rather plain. And they've put all that money into the chase card. So number one spot is always a foil fest. Maybe slightly less so this year. Humble Beginnings, on the other hand, is again maybe a touch less this year, but they've usually got more foil than you've ever seen on those. Of course, Fantastic Four and his friends made a return. And there he is. Look.
Yeah.
I think this was the first set with them back. Then you got the silvers, which okay, I guess they're fine. But what I thought was really fun was these canvas variants.
Yeah, canvases
That
are
was
really
that was cool.
And they're cool. I have seen artists doing backgrounds on these and painting them on, which is quite a cool thing. You also got the gold linearity, which I've not seen in hand, but apparently they're kind of a similar vibe. But that's
those seem kind of those seem popular. I mean, at least people on EPAC are looking for the gold. They look cool.
Yeah, they do. And then there's the usual stuff they put in annual that have been in every year. The annual impact, which obviously always changed slightly. I think this year's looked really good.
You had the hologram of the base card also.
Yes. I just don't have any in hand to show. You only have one type of hologram this year.
I got your back.
Hey! Oh, look at that. That's nice.
Yep.
Last year they did two different types. They kind of did a checkerboard holo, which was at 49, I think. And then the regular holo was out for about 20. I think the conceit, no, it was at 21 because the conceit is it matches up with the year number. So I think this year's holos. What's your serial out of there, Keith?
Good question. Wait, non-serial.
Well, the hologram.
Nope, there it is. 10 out of 22.
Yeah,
they're hard to see.
And it's Marvel Annual 21, 22.
Yeah, it was in the corner there.
So that's what they do with it. And then star rookies. But the thing is, because I don't read modern comics anymore, I just don't.
Right.
I'm not up with it. I haven't got a clue half these characters are, or even the visual depictions of them. So I'm probably outside of my character, who mercifully she isn't in this set. I'll say my character. Sorry, Wesley. Our character. Apologies. Outside of our girl, but then she was a background on the. You see that on the background there's a comic cover. So Black Cat appears on the background of Iron Man, of Athena, of White Fox, and Venom.
Go figure.
Which is fine. You might think, okay, well, you only need the base. But of course, the back of the thing shows the full cover there. So even if it's a silver where there's no background on the front, or a canvas when there's no background on the front, you're still going to have her on there. I don't know if you go to these lengths, Wesley, but it's so frustrating because I'm looking at the really limited ones. The gold linearity, and what's the one that's out of 10?
The crystal, the crystal.
Yeah.
Crystal clear.
She's on those.
Oh,
she's on those.
Isn't there a green?
The EPAC, EPAC. You do, I think 5 base give you a magenta, and then
that's right.
10 magenta
There you get the green. That's right. I remember
gets you
doing
a
that chase.
green. Yeah. I
Gotcha.
don't know what it is with the green.
It's 100 base.
Well, no, I'm
100
just
base.
talking
Yeah.
about upper deck and green,
Oh yeah. But apparently they look really nice because
I've seen a couple, yeah.
I actually did too, because I had pulled a battle booklet. My first
Mhm.
box, I pulled a battle booklet of Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, and it was pretty nice. So I tried to rainbow those characters, and I went through all of it. Then I ended up not holding on to it because I'm like, I like the characters, but do I
Yeah.
really want to keep it? But the
Yeah.
green, the scans looked nice on the greens,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, they did look nice. So imagine trying to do 110 base of someone like Venom.
yeah.
Jessica's Black Cat is on the back,
Yeah.
and I was trying to do it for 3 other characters at the same time. So
That
yeah, that was
that's a
fun.
problem.
That was fun.
But
But
we still have Pack Wars for this coming, right?
yeah. Pack Wars hasn't
Yes.
come out yet.
And
It's coming.
yeah, they did a Marvel newsletter on EPAC like last week, and at the very
That's right.
bottom, I think it said Pack Wars.
Yeah.
Oh, by
it's
the way,
coming.
Pack Wars.
Yeah. So basically, what the good thing is that Pack Wars
Those are
will
cool.
flood the market.
Here's
So,
I pulled that out of a blaster. I after doing it all on EPAC, I found a blaster, bought it. I mean, it's pretty nice set, but I didn't expect to like the sticker, but
that's
I
the back
really
sensors. Yeah.
No,
I
those are by
really-
far.
I really like the sticker, and pulling a Wolverine was
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I pulled a Wolverine and a Spidey, and I traded them almost straight away. But of course, you have the splashticulars, the lenticulars again,
Mhm.
which I just don't like. It doesn't work for interior panels for me. But I know they like doing them. And then what else did you have? You had the suspended
Yeah.
animation.
Yeah.
Suspended animation, which of course are beautiful if you've got that kind of retro 90s kind of vibe going on. And they're tied to the EPAC achievements. So they're tiered on EPAC. So like the higher tier ones are like gold dust. I mean, they're getting more common now as people are gradually sorting out the achievements, but still. So yeah, I think annuals are, a fun set if you just want something that's fairly cheap to rip into.
Yeah.
If you're a character collector, unfortunately, this isn't the era for you.
Yeah.
So,
I
So
went.
go
ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say I went pretty deep into Clear Ultra Avengers at the time, on EPAC, and I used annual as just the Clear Ultra Avengers. The packs were like $22, $23,
Yeah.
and when I didn't want to hurt my wallet as much, I went into the Marvel Annual, which was like $6 or $8 or something like that. But
Right.
I didn't get that much into it.
yeah. I think you'll find now you could the longer time goes by, people forget how much they spent on the digital cards.
Right.
And so you'll find you'll be able to trade into a product that was high priced.
Mhm.
I'm just stubborn and I remember the price of the digital cards, so I'm not quite so easy as that.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
Spidey Marvel Metal, put it that way, when someone offers me annual base for those, even though they're digital base, I'm like, nah, forget it.
Yeah.
That's just
Hey,
me.
I found the answer for that chase set from Clear Ultra Avengers. Ultra Power.
Right.
Mm.
Okay.
And they had variations of those too.
Right. Okay.
So
Yeah, I know this is gonna look stretched, but I got a really cool.
It's like Stretch Armstrong down here. What's he got? What's he gonna show us?
I got a really cool.
Oh, nice.
Oh, there you
Thanos
go.
Oh, there we
Ultra
go.
Power.
You see, he had it
I'll
all
take this
along.
sleeve.
He was just waiting for you to do all that work.
I
Jason.
just
Oh, that
That does
look
make
nice.
Thanos look extra thick, doesn't it?
Yeah.
He's beefy.
Yes.
His leg day.
That's
there you go.
cool.
Yeah, I like these cards too.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah,
have
I
an
got
achievement for these too, I think.
I really like the I want to get the Spider-Man one with the red background. That one's pretty cool. I pulled the Professor X. It's it's okay. He's just chilling,
Well, I mean, he has to sit down all the time, so most of the time he is chilling.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, he's the Powers of X version, in which case he's suddenly got legs. What's that all about, Keith? As an X-Men fan,
It's just a reset that didn't happen.
So he was never in a wheelchair.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna have to dig into that.
yeah, I've got the hard.
Yeah, I
I've
still
managed
gotta-
to find a decent copy on eBay, so I've got it coming in the mail.
The
Right.
hardcovers are gone, which sucks. I was trying to get some for
Dang.
presents for people,
Yeah,
but you can
no,
only get.
I've managed to find one because they're oversized,
Yeah.
aren't they? The large ones as well.
Mhm.
Right. Then we dip back into MCU territory for quite a while, actually. So we've got Shang-Chi in April. We've got the Eternals in May. Then we've got Allure, which is kind of a compendium set. And then you've got the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive set, the Funko set, which is based on Infinity Saga. So I'm going to kind of take a little joyful romp through all of those in one little segment, I think.
Okay.
Did anyone open any of those four?
I opened some couple blasters of Shang-Chi, opened a little bit of Eternals on EPAC, which I traded you one recently that you
Yes,
needed.
yes. Thank you.
I've seen the Funko cards at Target, but they're just kind of like shoved in the back with all the other cards, and they don't have prices on them. And then I'm gonna go back, but I found they had them at Five Below, which is a store that sells stuff for $5 and below.
Oh wow, okay.
It was
Jackpot.
Christmas. It was like the
Yeah.
week before Christmas, and it was like downtown Beirut in Five Below. So I didn't try to
Fair enough.
getting, but I'm gonna go back. I don't know if I would hope the packs would be less than $5. But anyway, I'm gonna go back and scope it out. But I haven't done the Funko. But yeah, Shang-Chi's got really pretty foiling.
Shang-Chi has got
serial numbered blue
from
the
right,
blasters. Okay. And
so
this is
that's the base.
alpha. I mean,
Oh, nice.
Omega, yeah.
That's nice. The foiling. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to say about both Shang-Chi and Eternals is that they are not of the same cloth as WandaVision, Loki, and Falcon and Winter Soldier. They have either got a different designer or they've got more budget or something, but they've really leaned into the visual style of each property. And in fact, I think they've spoken about this on some of their Upper Deck do these Twitch broadcasts, which sounds like something you'd find on RedTube. But anyway, they am I wrong? Am I wrong? But if they're just
the visual.
foiling the design of it is just if you're a fan of the movie, it's kind of a no-brainer. It's a real aesthetic. I mean, there's texture to this. It's really weird to show.
Yeah.
My issue with Shang-Chi was that this is the numbered parallel that came in the hobby box I got, and it's numbered to 199. Okay. And then this is, I'm going to take this out of the sleeve. I want you to guess which is the base and guess which is the base. Those two, do you think?
They're
Because I couldn't tell. It's
yeah,
only because there's a number on the back
they're
It's the same
indiscernible.
picture.
Yeah.
that I know it's that. Because literally there is no difference whatsoever.
Except there's numbers. on the
Except there's a
back,
number.
yeah.
I've
Wow.
looked at this a lot, and it's so indistinguishable. It's ridiculous. In fact, I had to. You'll see if anyone wants to go and watch the stream where I broke it. Just fast forward to the point where I'm just looking through the cards just to see where's my numbered hit.
You probably initially thought it was a misprint too.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's just, and if you're going to get a numbered hit, my feeling is if you're going to do one box and you get a numbered hit, it actually does say silver parallel. Sorry, it's in the smallest. The text doesn't really stand out. It's just there. It's a silver parallel
under the title
But the thing
board.
is, this has got a silver border as well. So I'm just not seeing it. I mean, maybe there's no, the writing's the same. There's no difference in the. I've got no idea. So anyway,
Yeah.
So from that point of view, but I tell you what I did like about Shang-Chi. Some of the chase inserts were good. The Ten Ring Soldiers ones were good. They're just stunning. And they're
Yes.
really nice. And
Is that a parallel?
I think that's the red parallel of it. Yeah,
Okay,
because
yeah.
the base one is silver. So
Yeah.
there's the
Yeah,
silver base.
those are those are really nice.
Yeah, they're
Nice
nice cards.
foiling. Yeah, nice design.
The Night Adventures, and we're not back to Twitch here. The Night Adventures ones, they're pretty cool. I think there's color parallels of those, but there's auto versions of those as well, which look really nice.
Yeah.
And then you've got the stickers,
Oh yeah.
which do that.
Ooh.
That's just from being out in the air. They've not been anywhere excessively hot or excessively cold. That's just from being in room temp.
Again, foiling.
Yeah, because look at them.
Oh yeah.
They're shiny, shiny.
Wow.
But yeah, that's how they go unless you get them in a top loader. But the green ones seem worse.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Look at that. I mean,
Oh,
you could
that's
do
really
dip.
disappointing.
You could do
Yeah.
dip with that. You could
Yeah.
save these for the Super Bowl.
I think I put mine in a binder. And
Yeah.
but
As long
they
as you do
haven't.
something like that straight away.
Yeah, they haven't done that yet.
Yeah. I mean,
Is
you're in
it-
a warmer part of the world than me, but you've probably got just as much humidity.
Well, the
if not more.
humidity would ruin it.
Yeah,
down here.
exactly. So anything like that.
I don't have the stickers with me. This is the Marvel Annual. It's got like kind of a thick,
Yeah.
back. Do
Yeah.
the Shang-Chi's not have it as a thick of a
no,
back?
well, they've got they do, but I only got 2 stickers from Manual, and I put it straight into a top loader
Oh,
because it was Wolverine and Spidey. Whereas these,
right.
I don't actually like these. I mean, I'm not being funny. I think, and this is the thing with all these MCU ones, your relationship to the card set is very much akin to how you feel about the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, see this guy here? I don't care if I never see him again because I didn't really. It's like what the f? You know,
Right.
I really liked that movie, but I hated that character. It was such a waste of my time.
It's just like what? Why? Anyway, it had a high series base set as well, which was just the high numbers, which had a slightly different color going on. But again, the
Oh
quality.
yeah,
of foil-
that kind of reminds me of Christmas because it was the green and red and
Yeah, they're
yeah.
lovely though. Sorry, my
Yeah.
camera's just
Mhm.
shit. And then you had the film sales again. Now the film sales were thick again, so not the best, not the best. I'm sorry. And then you had, and this is the ultimate insult, the patches. You know, the ones that are puzzles, like they did in Black Diamond. Look at the thickness of that.
Wow.
Wow.
There was no other cards in that pack. It was just that.
And you got a partial
Out of one of my and this was the Death Dealer bloke. So it's kind of the.
I kind of like the images of the Death Dealer. I will say he kind of looks cool.
But as a card, you're never going to stick that on a top loader and show it off on Instagram, are you?
No.
I mean,
What are you gonna do with
that's a fugly card.
Yeah.
So again, you could use it for your dip. I'm being overly harsh here because I didn't. The movie irked me, and I've not gone back to watch it. Maybe it will when I go back to watch it. I don't know. I've got to remember there's a Morris around here somewhere that I'm probably going to step on when I get up. But Eternals, on the other hand, they fight me, quite frankly. I wasn't sure about the movie when I first watched it. Like most people, a lot of people didn't make it through the first watch. The set, however, was the reason I gave the movie a second watch. And once I gave the movie a second watch, I'm like, okay, I get it now. You kind of there's something about it when you watch it again. It's like, and no movie should ever need 2 viewings to be okay, but some movies are. You know, I didn't like Scarface until my second viewing of it, and ever since I've seen it like 4 or 5 times, and I really love it. But sometimes the experience of the first time is different. It's like losing your virginity, isn't it? The first time's never that great, but then you build on it. Okay, so the Eternals.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah, it is one way. It's the way I'm putting it. I don't have any Eternals in here because it's all in there. It's gorgeous. It's really nice. The foiling is exquisite on it. It's got the kind of this swirly pattern foil on it. So this is remiss of me. I normally have like Eternals like all over me because I've now opened like 10 physical boxes of it. Because I'm going hard on the Eternals. The film cells are acetate, so they're thin ones. They're solid Aztec cards. In fact, I can show you one from No Way Home.
So there was no waste of the pack
No,
on those ones. You
look,
got a couple cards, and anyone that
this
had
is a
that.
film cell from No Way Home.
Nice.
It's all
Yeah.
acetate. Okay.
That's
And I buy that because it's a movie. The Eternals ones are the same. Thin as anything.
Okay. That's
So the auto
interesting.
ones. Yeah. The auto ones are like that as
Yeah,
well.
those look nice, those
Um,
acetate
They
cells.
are beautiful, and they are the quality on them is just they're really good, really sharp corners, nice. The auto lineup was actually pretty good. A lot of people are like, "Oh, you didn't get Angelina Jolie." Well, if you listen to the podcast with Grant, nobody gets Angelina Jolie. She just doesn't, she doesn't make
Correct.
herself available to it. But you think about the auto lineup there. You've got Gemma Chan, you've got Barry Keoghan, you've got Brian Tyree Henry, who's the voice of Miles's dad in the Spider-Verse movies.
That's right.
You've got the girl who played Sprite. You've got, I think basically there are 10 Eternals and 6 of them are in the set. That's
Wow.
pretty good.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good. Then you've got Kit Harington, who's in like 2 scenes. But just because he was in Game of Thrones, everyone's going absolutely batshit
Yeah.
about him.
Jon
So
Snow.
yeah, so everyone's kind of going mad for his auto, which is fine. But the thing is, you throw a rock and you can get his auto on a Game of Thrones card. So I'm not going to spend
Right.
that money on just an Eternals version of it.
Did-
So I'm just going after all the others. Which is
Did
great.
what was the guy that was with Angelina Jolie in the movie
Yes,
Gilgamesh?
Don Lee. He
Don
signed.
Lee
Did he sign?
Yeah,
looks like
Okay.
he signed.
He's
Very nice.
I saw a movie from years ago recently called Train to Busan.
That's right. He's in that.
And he's in that, and he needs to be in more stuff.
He's a really, really good
he's a
actor.
really good actor.
Yeah, he's kind of career's version of someone really famous. I couldn't think of anyone, but he's good. And it's a really nice set. It's got some nice chase cards. The parallels are ridiculous on it. You can get 8 versions of each card.
Jeez.
The purples of at 15. There's black 1 of 1, which are beautiful. There's plates. There's golds to 99, blues to 299, which are almost indistinguishable from the base. You've got greens. You've got EPAC exclusive red, and you've got silvers, which are unnumbered. But the good thing about them is that all the parallels say what they are on the back, and they're really distinguishable from another, unlike the Shang-Chi ones. So if you're, like I said, if you're a fan of the movie, I'm biased, and I've gone into Eternals because I really, I'm smitten with the movie. I'm absolutely loving it, and the set is living up to that expectation.
They are pretty cards, and those lenticulars you shared, I think,
The
before,
Unimind, yeah,
are really nice looking.
yeah, they are. I'm so annoyed I haven't got them in here, but the Unimind lenticulars are so good. They're really clean, and they're just one particular scene of the movie that's told through these lenticulars.
Okay.
And the image is so crisp because it's a daytime scene, so it's really bright. It's just it's a really perfect kind of mixing. Whereas the lenticulars on annual, because they're usually from interior pages, a lot of them are quite dark and quite muddy as a result. So yeah, no, definitely a strong set. And then Allure. Did anyone do Allure?
Watched a lot of that.
I got a lot of it. I really like those the movie, like the movie poster cards.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw those. They had the regular
Yeah.
ones and the ones numbered out of
now.
100.
Sorry, bear with. My cards are still in the box. I left them in there. Keep talking.
I wasn't able to get any Black Diamond because by the time I got into the hobby, it was way too much. So, like some of that stuff looks like a lot like that. So I got a set of that. I did like with the blasters, you could get yes, you did get a chance at hitting a magenta out of 23, and that was pretty cool. The only thing I didn't like about it is a lot like what Ian was saying earlier with some of those cards. It just seemed like those curved a lot in the blasters. If you guys get a chance to open any of them, it seemed like a lot of the cards got a chance to they curved.
So this is the base. Mine haven't actually. So
really?
I didn't get any blasters. I only got the single hobby box. But I've actually only got the base here because I actually gave away pretty much all of the stuff from this hobby box to a fella who was collecting it. But you got the low series 1 to 100, all kind of that style. And then there's this kind of a slightly bluer, almost sapphire blue for the high series, which is 101 to 150. Which is quite nice. And they're ridiculously shiny. But this is the first mega parallel set of the year. You thought Eternals was bad. I think there's about 15 parallels of these. It's bonkers. And of course, Muggins here chose to rainbow 4 characters. But until EPAC hits, which I'm reliably informed will be this weekend.
Yeah, wasn't that supposed to? Oh,
yeah.
I saw some chatter about it. Yeah.
That's because somehow there's a setting on the Upper Deck site and they've made something available when they shouldn't have. Like it's visible, so everyone's speculating it's going to be imminent. I thought Wesley was going to show us something then.
Well, I got this. It just doesn't show great on my camera, but these if anybody ever gets these Ultra Pros, they got the little thing there in the front.
Oh, nice.
The ones that have the
window. It's got a window.
Yeah, and then the it still does the front, and then you got the back too that you can see, which a lot of some of the other ones you can't really. But it holds these sets really, really well. But I got a set of the base here, and I'm working on my set of the. I guess I'm missing a couple. A couple there, the high ones, the high series with the.
Those are those are nice.
I'm gonna have to work on my camera.
No, that's fine. I mean, give it a couple of months, you'll be able to pick up the rest of that on ComC.
I'm really excited about it coming out on EPAC because I know there's
being extra parallels. Good grief!
What was the other? The blaster parallel was the. I know they had the magenta, but then there was the. Was it yellow?
Yeah, they had the
yellow taxi.
Yellow taxi.
Why they called it yellow taxi? Who knows?
And the orange slice.
Was it orange slice? Was that? No, I got an orange slice in here. That wasn't hobby. That wasn't blaster.
And you know, EPAC's gonna have another one too.
Yeah, EPAC's gonna have at least another one.
Right?
Probably 2 or 3. So, yeah, no, orange slice was definitely in here because I pulled it, and I quite frankly, I was a bit disgusted with it. So this set, I've got to say, I'm not keen on the foil effect. I'm just not keen on the foil effect of the base. And this has me worried about platinum because apparently platinum is going to be like this, but with original art. And I'm just, I don't know, I'm just not keen on the foiling. It's just a bit too, when something is so shiny, it's almost clinical. It's like that, really. So I don't know. We've lost Wesley. He's clearly so upset about the orange slice. He had to leave the room.
Oh,
but
he's
back. He's back. What's this?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
I got so much in this. Let me see.
I got some head.
Try to separate it by
what have you got? What have you got? What are you about to show us?
Well, these are some of the taxi.
Ah, yes.
Okay.
Cards.
There we go.
And then
why would they call it that?
I don't know. It's just weird, isn't it? So film. See, I wasn't keen on the film posters. The border killed it for me.
I think for me, like when you look at the ones that are numbered out of 100, they look a little bit better, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's the.
Oof.
Yeah, so many corners, right? It's like there's so many edges.
I don't know. I mean,
I've never seen an orange slice that looked like that.
Yeah,
I don't love that orange either.
I think the thing with Allure, I love my MCU companion. I think now the reds are nice because that's what the autos are like. The autos are on that. The black rainbow is the set I'm going for, which is kind of a. Have you got any black rainbow there?
I want to see what those look like.
Yeah, they're really nice. That's the one I'm building the set out of.
Let's see.
That's
It's really difficult to tell, but it's kind of got a rainbow translucency to it, even though it's a black card.
Yeah.
And it's just something about it. It's just a bit like, oh, hello. Um,
Yeah,
Now,
it's really
is there another one called Storm?
yeah, there's a Storm which is very similar to that, but it's numbered.
Okay.
There's a White Diamond, which was a
Mhm.
very alcoholic drink back in the 90s in the UK. There
wasn't it
is
White Russian?
no White
Us.
Diamond. It was a cider. It was an alco pop basically.
Oh.
But yeah, there's loads. I think there's about 15 of them. Now those are quite interesting. Those
The
Infinity
Infinity
Gem cards.
Stones.
But again, I got a Gamora one of those. And I was just like, eh. I think I'm spoiled by Black Diamond. That's the problem.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to open any of that,
Yeah.
so it
Yeah, well, I only did
So-
on EPAC, but even then. But there's
Now,
something about Black Diamond has just ruined me for all other MCUs.
yeah. Now, I remember way back when you interviewed, I think it was Grant. It was someone from Upper Deck, and they were kind of teasing the Allure. It was
That's
a
Grant.
little,
Yeah.
a little while,
Vibranium
and
done right was what he said. Yeah.
he talked about Allure, that I guess it's a hockey brand
Yes,
originally,
it is.
and that it has a ton of parallels, and they
Yeah.
all have, because I think the hockey has maybe like cheetah print or leopard print and some different things. So I mean, I think it just has some crazy names.
I
That's why
think
they
it's part
do
of the conceit of the brand. Is that what you mean? Yeah.
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm thinking that's why they came up with Yellow Taxi and
Oh,
Yeah.
Orange
Oh.
Slice, just kind of goofy names.
the Century cards are
I just don't like the design of them. I just
Yeah.
don't dig it at all. It doesn't work for me. I don't know. I was underwhelmed by Allure. I won't lie to you. I mean, I've been going after the autos because the red foiling on those is lovely, but they're just so mirrored. They're almost they're uncards.
Yeah. I had been eyeing some Frank Grillo autos from Allure on
Yeah.
ComC, but then a Black Diamond one came up for a good price, so I went with the Black Diamond.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Yeah. Frank Grillo's a brilliant performer.
Natalie
Oh, yeah,
Portman.
he's good.
Oh, that girl.
Natalie Portman. Oh.
No, man.
Yeah.
Now, did she sign for this?
I don't. That looks.
They did get some good signers for this. If I remember correctly, who did they have for the first time on this one? I should have done my research. Anyway, there was a couple of first time signers for the MCU on this one, which was pretty good.
Listening to that podcast with Grant and talking about the like putting money into the autographs, it just makes you appreciate them more. I think. I mean, it makes me appreciate them more. Like how
It
much
does change your
time it takes.
perspective.
It's
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, it does.
and how some of them aren't in there. It
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
stinks,
Right.
but at the same time, it makes you appreciate the ones that do more. Also,
I'm gonna correct myself. Vibranium done right was Grant's quote about platinum, not
Right.
about Allure. So forgive me, anyone who's outrageously shouting at their headphones or screens. So Allure is going to be on EPAC soon, and for any elements of the set you want to go for, there's your opportunity. I can't speak to Funko. I don't like Funko Pops, so
I'm in
if
the same
anyone has
lane.
anything to say about the Funko set, now's your chance.
I used to hate Funko, but then I bought a Spider-Man or Spider-Gwen, and so I buy Spider-Man Funkos when I can find them. I am probably gonna go buy a pack because I like the wrapper on the box, the red with the Spidey.
Yeah.
That's nice. Is that the
It's out of-
magenta?
Yeah, it says pink actually, but it's
Oh,
out of
pink.
20, 23,
Oh yeah, that's the
22,
pink.
23.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
nice.
23.
And that's
But-
a
That's the hobby exclusive.
or blaster.
Blaster exclusive. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I think I opened like a total of probably 10 boxes of 10 or 12, but I got 2 or 3 of these magentas and pinks. I was
Oh,
surprised
wow.
at how many I got.
I need to keep my eye on eBay because I need to snap those up before they dry
There's a
up, 'cause
few.
there's
There's a few pinks on ComC, and they're not ridiculous priced.
Oh, now you got me looking.
Not
Yeah.
any great. Not I wouldn't say any. I think Nick Fury may be the biggest character.
So I'm not sure that I can podcast and ComC at the same time, but let's give it a go.
That's he's a rabbit hole.
Yeah, because you never know. I might be able to augment a couple of my rainbow bows.
But I think I'm gonna check out the Funko. Not that I'm a huge Funko fan, but some of the parallels, and I think there's auto options and maybe sketch option, also with Funko that and I think there's a redemption card you can get a Captain America Funko, but I think a pack or two may be enough for me, but I'm gonna check it out.
I got I thought I got something special. I went to Target one day and the distributor just left and there was a whole box there and I bought the whole box, like $150 or $7 a pack for the Funko ones.
Okay.
First time I'd seen them. And I thought the same thing. I was a little underwhelmed because I didn't get anything numbered. There was like a silver total cover of the front and like a gold like the characters like I want to say golded out or like silvered out. But I was a little underwhelmed too. Like maybe the Funko community might go in hard on something like that, but
I think that's what they're trying to do with it, like because they're cool because they're different. But if you're not into Funko at all, which I'm with you, Ian, I'm not. They're like the trilobites of the hobby. If you know your Star Trek stuff, they just took over all of my comic shops and like they're wall to wall everywhere. And I'm like, you trip over them to get through different displays and stuff, and then they invade your Target, and the next thing you know, they're here. Then your family thinks because you like Marvel, you'll probably like this, and now you've got them. Like it's just one of those things that I just
Once
never
people
got
start
into.
gifting them to you because they think it's an easy option, then you're in trouble. When that happens, I'm like Donald Sutherland out of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, like
yeah. I try to stick to just the Spider-Man Funkos, and I haven't bought any a while, but the Spidey ones are kind of.
I mean, notice there's no Black Cat one up here, and there never will be. So
they're the Beanie Baby of our generation.
They
are. I'm hoping. I mean, listen, I hats off to them for doing. There's been a lot of crossing the streams going on generally in the hobby. So Magic with Lord of the Rings. Apparently, there's going to be a Magic and Marvel thing coming up as well.
Correct.
Which we'll probably talk about. But I find it interesting that a lot of these brands are starting to cross over more in this space because, of course, with Lego, it's been happening for years. Lego Star Wars, Level Marvel, Level D. In fact, Lego is kind of the oh wow.
I mean, that's I guess not too bad. But
yeah.
That's all right.
Lego is kind of a universal translator of all these different brands working with each other.
It's Switzerland of properties.
Exactly.
Everyone will work together as long as it's Lego.
Yeah. So, and by the way, the plural of Lego is Lego. Just as a public service announcement there, anyone who says Legos will be forever shunned. Because you are
this
wrong.
Is like
Lego
a
themselves say that.
Generic film show?
Oh, is that a wide vision? No, it's your camera. Sorry, I thought it was a wide vision.
It does look extra big, doesn't it?
Jason's killed over.
Here's the silver one. See how it's kind of all silvered?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Little. Yeah.
I mean, the quality looks okay. I've got, it's just that I'm not ever going to acquire one of those. Even if there was a Black Cat one, I wouldn't own it.
There's not.
No, there's not, because it's an MCU focused set. So,
that makes sense.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, I'm sure it's coming. So's next Christmas. So, let's move on because we're only halfway through the year, and I think we've all got to bounce in 24 minutes. So, Marvel Beginnings, Volume 2, Series 1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck, there's a mouthful. I mean, it's currently EPAC is just full of this at the moment, and people are going crazy for it. I went in hard for Marvel Beginnings the first time around. Not so this time around, and the number of parallels again is just ridiculous.
The parallels are ridiculous.
The thing is, there is a sweet spot with parallels, and I think this isn't it. And I get why Upper Deck are doing it, so that the product has a longer lifespan and there's more out there in the market. But the sets have been designed and put out for a period where all of a sudden there was a lot more demand. I think that demand has now retracted back. Now, I'm not saying it's back to where it was, but I just think it's too much. That said, the quality of them is you can't fault it. I mean, there's some nice foil on them, just a very highlight on there, nice silver. I like the fact that on the red parallel, the upper deck and the foiling is gold rather
Mhm.
than silver. That looks nice. That pops.
It looks really good on the black parallel. The
Yeah,
gold.
I haven't got one of those in hand yet. I'm looking forward to that. The blue's also got the gold, and that really works. So this is a nice, like, subtle differentiation. If you can do that, you don't need to put lightning stripes of color through the artwork.
Do you
I
have
agree.
any of
I
the
agree with
red-
that aspect. Go ahead.
Do you have any of the? I'm sorry. Do you have any of the red supernova from the blasters?
Yes, just the Black Cat one.
Okay, those are really nice.
Those are really nice. And I have to say, where they've done the foiling effect, which is why I'm looking forward to getting some of the more limited ones that are on EPAC, like the blue cosmic cube, green cosmic cube, all those different names they've got for them. I'm kind of looking forward to getting some of those in hand, because I think the quality of them is really nice. And some of the differences. I mean, the good thing I will say is that they have put the name. Oh, I have got some blacks. Sorry, I forgot. They have put the name on the back of every single one of them, what type of parallel it is.
I'm glad that Upper Deck is doing that.
So they've listened. So, to give them credit,
Yeah.
they listened to feedback. Yeah, that looks good.
I think that's one of the highlights of the year is
I mean,
that
they are
they're
lovely. They are
labeling their parallels.
lovely. And then I got some. They had, I mean, aside from those, then you had the shiny ones. What are these called? Flipped FX.
Yeah.
Kind of got that silver foil thing
And
going on.
those have about several parallels for them. I was looking at the blaster box odds, and there actually is a purple flipped FX parallel that I think is only in the blasters, and it's numbered to like 10 or something.
Oh, stop it.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. I'm not getting up from my chair.
Then you got the rainbows, and that's the only one of the foil types that has started to curl a little bit.
Oh.
The other foils are fine. So it is just certain types of substrate within the cars. Like I've got this one here, which is the orange rainbow bridge, numbered to 199, and that's fine. That was like that out of the pack. There's no problem with that. But
yeah, those are nice. I'm looking forward to.
get the effect.
I started a rainbow of Madame Hydra from that set, and
yes,
it's sitting on ComC right now. But I'm looking forward to seeing the purple EPAC parallel, and I'm also looking forward to seeing the white beyond rainbow parallel.
Yes, the one that you acquire when you do 100 base.
Yeah. Basically, it's 10 base for a purple and 10 purple for a white rainbow.
Yeah.
So it's kind of it's reminds me of the Fleer Ultra Spider-Man days of rainbowing card.
Yeah, it's very much that model, and it's exactly the same model with annual, with a 10 base to get a magenta and then 10 of those to get a green. It's exactly the same.
Did
the
you show the
boards are nice.
Red Supernova? Did you show that?
I don't have mine in hand. It's in the other room in my cat box, but the illustration boards.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we've both got that one.
Yep.
Yeah, we've both got that one. That's nice.
If you could kind of see the and the illustration boards. I really like those too.
Boards
I think that's my favorite insert from that set.
Yeah.
The illustration boards are cool. Yeah.
And then some chase cut, the Deep Claw, the Weapon X ones, and then you've got the team formation ones.
The back of the base are very interesting because it's kind of a timeline.
Yes.
And I read the back of as a character I'm not super familiar with, Ex Nihilo. If you read the back of his card, it's like taking mushrooms. Like it is just insane, his timeline.
Really? The first time I saw that character was on Masterpieces 2020. Thanks, Dave.
That rogue was an interesting image choice.
Well, and this is the first appearance variant. So I looked at this card for hours and I couldn't figure out what was different about it from the regular.
It's the background in the corner, in the yellow, in the white circle, isn't it?
No, I think it's the placement of the Upper Deck logo.
Is it?
Yeah, here.
I do have my Black Cat ones in the other room, and there was a difference with them where you see in the bottom corner the circle. I can't show you this, but the circle's got a black background. There is one parallel that where the background has the actual background that was in the comic. So it's not the head
Oh.
floating on black, it's the background of the comic. And I think that that's the difference on one of the parallels. It might be the first appearance. I'm not sure which one it is, but and of course there are ones where they're swapped around. So
Yeah,
the main
there's
image is the first appearance and the head image is the current one. You
yeah,
know, they're
that's the
swapped around.
flipped FX.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, but
Trying to
come on
find the
now.
Ex Nihilo. I'm going to start. I'm going to say it now. I'm going to start doing a small little side PC of Ego because I just love the visuals of it.
Yeah, that's
The
really cool.
artwork's always so gnarly.
The QC was very good on these too.
Yeah, they're beautiful. I didn't have
Mhm.
any issues whatsoever on my box.
You
So,
look at all those borders and stuff, and they were all
yeah.
pretty well centered. And
yeah. No,
And
they are good.
The achievements, the little corner cigarette card
Oh
things.
yeah, the small ones. Yeah. On
I
ePay.
haven't seen any of those in hand, but I bet those would look pretty cool too.
I might go for those. There's been
Those-
someone on group selling them off at ridiculously cheap prices, but I've just resisted because I'm only going for it because they look nice rather than I've got to stop myself getting easily distracted by thinking, oh, that looks cool, I'll buy that as well, which means less money to buy for the stuff that I actually really want to collect.
Yeah.
But they do look good. I'm looking for the Ex Nihilo, and I'm going to stop because we need to move on. Beginnings. There are 2 more volumes of this coming. I can't even. I mean, you'd need to have a new wing to your house. Masterpieces came next. Let's talk about masterpieces. I mean, in terms of original art, it's the second of 3 releases. No, 4 releases if you count Premiere, because of course that is original art as well. Masterpieces. What can we say about masterpieces that hasn't already been covered in multiple content pieces?
I mean, unfortunately, I don't have much to say about it because I wasn't able to open the box.
Yeah.
Many
little
people.
out
I
of
mean,
my-
I watched a bunch of openings and I was amazed at how many people complained about the price but still bought cases
they still
of it.
went for it. Yeah.
So the extent of mine is I bought 3 of the gold SIGs on ComC, Iceman,
Oh, you
Gambit,
got the triptych.
and Angel.
Yes.
I said if I'm gonna get anything, I'll get these. They're not too bad price, and at least I'll have something that harkens back to the 90s when I was a kid when cards were puzzles.
3 puzzled across
And
the
that,
page.
Yeah.
That's cool that they did that. That was something that was definitely very positive from the set that I liked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that was I think that was all. Wasn't that Dan DeSantis?
That was Dan doing that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What did I miss? What did he do? What happened?
Oh,
did,
So that's
so-
he did a couple 3-card puzzles.
Oh,
yeah,
are you
in the
serious?
When you
set,
put them
like
together,
so.
yeah.
So I don't know if this.
They don't perfectly line up, which is the really annoying thing.
But
But
because
it's
Upper
not
Deck
done as an
moved the
insert
positioning.
either. Like you don't have to hunt for it as an insert. It was just part of the set the way he drew it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
the thing
wow.
is that these are all like Iceman is number 14,
They're not next to each other.
Archangel's card 51, and Gambit is card 8.
Yeah.
So they don't, you have
Which
to.
is exactly like Masterpieces 93. There were 2 triptychs in 93.
Oh, really?
There was a Steranko one. Can't remember the other one now.
I have a
but,
set of that. I didn't
Yeah.
realize that.
and if you go into 93, Masterpieces 93, there are 3 puzzles. 2 free puzzles rather, 2 triptychs, which is why Masterpieces 2007 did them, because 2007 was a 15th anniversary release for Masterpieces.
Oh, wow.
And they were trying to do things that previous sets had done. And I know Dan DeSantis has said in interviews that he's and in print on his website that he's a really big fan of those Masterpieces 90s sets, especially the Hildebrandt Brothers set, which you can see the impact of that in his art with the lighting and the way he's done it. I mean, it's beautiful artwork, absolutely stunning artwork. I think don't think there's anything we can say to that.
So there's 3 things that I think are the most divisive in this set. One is the price, right? We know about that.
Yep.
2 was the art, and there are people that felt it was too fantasy looking or didn't, or even to a point where they thought it was even CGI and critiqued it a lot. So
Which
there's a
is,
lot of
yeah,
critique. There was a lot of
yeah,
critique on the art. Um, and the third thing, just for me, is personal. The Spectra to Spectrum bothered me.
yes,
Just the name change bothered me.
yeah. The name
But
change
other,
bothered
but
me. Mm.
the set's a good set. I'm happy with it. I got what I need from it, and
Mm.
I'll eventually get base sets of it and go through it
Yeah.
that way. It's a good lesson on how to collect for the hobby that can smack you in the face if you're new. And
Mhm.
hopefully a lot of
Yeah,
people
yeah.
didn't have to learn that.
Yeah.
Um, there's nothing wrong with it, in my opinion. I
No,
like it.
nothing wrong with it.
No, it's
It's got a
My
good
pretty
beat.
set.
It's got a good beat, and I'll dance to it.
White
see
men
it.
can't dance.
Right.
My issues with it are, and I'm being picky here, because I know there's a lot of Masterpieces 22 stands in the hobby, and they will go down on that hill, and that's absolutely fine because everyone's got a set they do that with. Mine's Masterpieces 2007 and 2018. I'll stand there with a sword slashing like
Yep.
the end of Halo Reach until I drop. There's a deep cut reference. But I have an issue with the fact that for whatever reason they repeated some art in the set, that I think caught everyone by surprise. There was that checklist that was out, and then all of a sudden those pieces, some of them are still in the Mirage, but they disappeared and they repeated art. I think that's a disservice to the Masterpieces premium brand that Upper Deck have built. I think that's a real own goal. For whatever reason they did that. That was a bad move. I think if you're going to be having a set that's this expensive, even at the price that Upper Deck were getting for it, and then people were like selling out at a lot more, you delay it until those emerald greens are right.
Mm.
You don't put out a product with an emerald green that's that badly missed. Like all the Black Cat ones and about at least a dozen other characters, their emerald greens aren't emerald green. They're just regular base, and the numbering is the regular silver, but it's numbered 1 of 25, 2 of 25. So if you're going to do that, hold the
Get it right.
product. We
Yeah.
waited a year for it. Hold it a bit longer.
We waited more than a year.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
just things like that.
Oh God, and I forgot about the sketch controversy, which was the one thing that kept me out from getting it. Just that sketches weren't in a box.
No, not one per box. No, that was a
Yeah,
change. That was a change.
that bothered me a lot.
And listen, there's the elephant in the room. There was a lot of hobby churn, shall we say, about the kind of access to the artwork and the VIP event and that, which is I'm not going to go into that right now. Whatever your feelings of it, it did cause some
Disdain.
upset and
Yeah.
and resentment. And for those people who were lucky enough to go, hats off to you. But I think it caused as many smiles of grimaces of frustration that it caused smiles of joy. Let's just leave it there. So a very divisive way of doing it, but it worked for whatever the objectives were for the artist, and I think that was the kind of main reason it happened. So hats off for you for making it happen in the first place, and congratulations to those that were able to be there. But I'm not going to go into it any more than that because I think everything's been said in flaming arguments. So then we went into what if. Did anyone get what if? I'm smiling already.
So
I haven't, but I love it.
joy.
I love what it looks like, and I can't wait to buy some.
So this
Absolute
is the
joy.
only what if card I've got right now is the orange 90 MU. It's a Omega, which if I see an Omega, an Alpha or Omega serial number card, and it's a decent price, I tend to pick it up because they're just kind of cool to me. I don't have a collection of them, but it's a little incentive. But I love what if. I love the show, and I've enjoyed watching people open the boxes. Yeah,
I mean, they're so lovely.
and I will say I'm only 5 episodes into the new season, but I'm already thinking about the cards. They've got some fun images and some fun characters. That they can do some fun stuff with the cards.
Look.
I got
he's done some mini
Oh,
rainbows.
nice.
Oh, he's got a few.
Yeah, I opened up a few boxes. And
Oh
Nice.
yeah, I thought about doing that. I wish they had these in blasters. I think that would have been really
Yeah.
fun.
And here's the thing with blasters, they didn't do it for every set. I mean, obviously Masterpieces didn't get one, and Premiere,
No,
wouldn't that be fun as blasters?
but
But
Allure did.
yeah, but Allure did, yeah. So they clearly did it for some, and I think, I say the order that things came out in, I don't think is the order that things were planned and designed in.
Right.
Shall we say?
Right.
So I think, that's to be said. The thing with What If that everyone kind of is worth repeating that Grant said is that Marvel said that they weren't going to be able to do sketches or autos for it. Okay, so that freed up all their budget to just go to town and think, okay, what if? Let's take the training wheels off and just go for it. What can we do with it? So you've got
Oh, nice.
hockey card parallels.
Yeah, it's a very kid in a candy store
You've got
aspect
hockey
to
card
it.
parallels. You have got 1990. I mean, look,
yeah,
1990 MU
that's really
parallels.
Yeah.
that's super cool.
You have got acetate cards, 9 for each episode.
Yeah, and I
So they
heard
make a
Grant
9-page.
yeah, Grant said that that's kind of the base or the story card
Yeah,
is the
they're
acetate.
lovely.
Yeah.
They're really nice cards. I mean, look
And
at them, they're beautiful.
there's no parallels of those, so you
No.
can get your set. And
Then you got the Black Diamond and the
oh
the
yeah,
Black Diamond. Then you've got the holograms.
the
stallions.
Battle Spectra.
Means the
Battle
base have
Spectres.
power ratings on the back. So this is going to
Yeah.
do Pack Wars. They're going to do What If Pack Wars. Can you imagine the parallels that are going to have from Pack Wars?
That'll be fun. That's going to be what I'm going to get into
it's
this.
going to be bonkers. But it's just
Yeah.
look. I mean, look at it. It's
And that's the stuff I want.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the Battle Spectrum, whatever they're calling it these days.
And then they did the
They're in the set.
Yeah.
And
The
I'm collecting
foiling is
those.
great
and
on
then
that,
there are
yeah.
foiling parallels.
Yeah.
There are foil parallels coming out the Swahoozie. I can't believe I just said the word Swahoozie. I'm not even
And
sure
they
what
have
it
glow
means.
in the dark zombie cards.
They have glow in the dark zombie cards. How much fun is this set? I mean, people have
acetate
been
originals.
Yeah,
Those are
This is
nice.
probably one of my favorite ones
Those are really
to
sweet.
open.
yeah.
'Cause
I traded mine away. I traded mine away
Oh.
straight away.
And they've even got the medallions in there too.
Oh yes, but
Yes,
they're
they do.
Finstock. They're Finstock ones,
Yes.
which I really like. And the Battle Spectra, whatever they are, those are thin stock as well. But the Masterpieces design is identical to Masterpieces 2022. The front and the back. It's just like chef's kisses. So I think when we get to the set of the year, I think you can see where my vote might be going. Anyway, let's move
Yeah.
on.
And you got the
Allegiance. Avengers versus X-Men. Can we just move on? I've got nothing positive to say about that.
I
set,
was
I'm afraid.
kind of surprised again, going back to blasters. I thought that would be almost like a
That's one that sings blasting me up.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't done any of the Allegiance yet.
I
Is this
did
the
get
one
this really
that the-
nice
That is
Wolverine
nice.
out of
Is that
Those
kind of
are
like
cool.
a square?
They remind me of like a blast
Yeah.
furnace.
No, it's his
No,
wide,
it's my
his wide
it's
visions
my-
thing going on. I'm not sure what that
favorite
setting is. You're going to have to turn that setting off for next time.
It's I tried to make it stretch in my OBS to make it fit the screen. I'll change it next time. Yeah. I did also like I saw somebody in the group get the 9-piece puzzle of Dark Phoenix. Did you guys see
okay.
that?
Yeah.
Oh no.
And that looks super cool.
Oh, that was John Cherenchak. Yeah, he's a Phoenix guy.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you're into the story of Avengers versus X-Men, it's the set for you. If you're not,
I disagree because I like that story.
well, okay.
This is the one, if I remember right, this is the one where the base cards are like the panel lines are on them in between.
I think so. Yeah. Hang on. Got some here.
This was my biggest issue with
I'm
it was
resisting
that like
taking them out because
we've talked about how cards have been cropped before and images have been cropped and sometimes it's zoomed too much or too little. But this is the one where like you could tell it's almost like they just took a comic and threw a border on it and
Yeah.
said, "Here you go." in some cards.
I don't know. It's difficult to tell, to be honest with you, because it's so long since I've read it. I mean, that's just an example of one. I mean, yeah, I can't knock the quality at all, but I'm just not. It's just, yeah, nothing. My I feel nothing. I feel no emotional. There's no like the needle that's at the 0. It doesn't twitch at all when I'm looking through it.
And it's another set that I was marked safe from, I believe.
Yeah, I believe you were.
Oh, that Captain America looks good, Wesley.
Yeah. I think
But
they
yeah,
gotta.
there
so,
are some
like,
really nice like parallels and inserts. There are some really nice one-offs, but as a set overall, I just
Yeah.
it's just
I,
not for me.
I think some of the image selection was pretty good. I mean,
Yeah,
for
I mean,
character
that's a
was
good one.
pretty good.
I'm
Then
a
they got
little
these
bit of
weird
a
sideways cards. What's that all about?
I'm a little bit of a sucker for the like comic cover cards or
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's some of those were kind of cool. Yeah.
I'm not sure what the sideways ones were
Well, I
about. I
like
kept pulling
that.
the sideways.
I do like that.
Figure it out. Yeah, I don't know.
I'll probably
Um,
wait for EPAC, and then my favorite part of that whole story, I mean,
There's a
what
cracking Moon Knight.
was the issue where Spider-Man fights
that almost looks like
Magic and Colossus, I think, was my favorite part of the story. So I'll probably try to find cards
doesn't
about
that
that.
card look like the same art from a previous Moon Knight card that just I think it just sold on eBay, like one of the Battle Greatest Heroes, maybe, or
I
the
don't
art.
know. I mean, this is from the Avengers vs X-Men series, so it's
Uh,
from that. I mean,
I'm
Moon
sure
Knight.
people draw the same.
Yeah, but I just yeah. I mean, they're going to be doing more Allegiance sets, so
yeah.
I
hats
I
off
think
to them.
is the next one
That's-
Infinity.
Yeah, I think so.
I
Infinity War.
think that's the
it.
concern is if we're gonna get more of the same kind of stuff, hopefully they take feedback from it. But
Yeah, I think there's a Secret Wars one coming as well. If
There
I'm
What
is.
is it?
remembering correctly.
What is Allegiance? What's it? I mean, is it? It's
I'm
not
not sure
something
what
that's
the
been around before.
Allegiance. I'm not sure what that. I mean, that seems to be the like the brand or the tentpole that they're basing it on. Then it's Allegiance. This crossover. This cross. No. So eventually there could be a Civil War one, for example, or
right.
if they go back far enough, Korvac saga or something like that. But I don't know. It doesn't. It's just kind of like they think, oh, let's make up a new brand. We've got Allure. Let's make up a new brand. Let's make up another one over
I mean,
here. I don't know. Just
I
don't know what it
like
is.
the idea of focusing on a comic story or comic
Yeah.
epic like
Right.
Avengers vs. X-Men or Infinity Gauntlet. Now, is the next one going to be just Infinity Gauntlet, or are we going to
Yeah.
get that in the sequels that weren't as good? But if it's
Uh,
just Infinity Gauntlet with George Perez art, then
yeah. I don't know whether they're going to do
Yeah.
because there was the trilogy, wasn't there? There was the Infinity
Yeah.
War, and then can't remember what the other one was now. But anyway, yeah. Can we move on to Loki? Because Keith, I think your engine's starting outside.
do we have to?
Then we have to. Yeah, Loki. I'm just going to say was of that trinity of sets that were identical in terms of their format and structure. Loki is the third one after WandaVision and Falcon. It wasn't strong. I mean, the base card design was okay-ish. I like it. The one of the color parallels just doesn't. You can barely see the image.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can see the foil.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, the foil's lovely, but
Yeah, the
you really
foil's
can't see
nice.
the image very well. But it actually looks better on the camera than it does in real life. So it could be my eyes. And then you had another type of foil, which was kind of the wavy one. Yeah, the wavy one. Here we go. I'm not sure if that's its official name, but you'll see it in a moment. There you go, the wavy one. It kind of looks
I
like
like
your
the little
grandma's carpet.
branch timeline
It's good.
logo.
And there are on the parallels, they go green, that foil. They go green or purple. So on this one, it's the foil is purple.
Yeah.
So that looks, they look cool. And the film sales are back to being chunker ones. But what I like about them is they've got is the design of Loki is so beautiful that if I was going to pull any film cell, the Miss Minutes one is a really fun one to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. I mean, again, thick as you like. No acetate going on here, but loved it. The numbered parallel was a yellow one. That was out of 225. I don't know what that's called, but that's the numbered one, numbered on the front.
Mhm.
The insert's pretty good. You had some all time, always, kind of a landscape design. And then you had you have character cards, the TVA profiles, those.
Right.
So, they've leaned into the design of the show and the imagery from the show an awful lot. But, I can't find it now. There was a really good chase insert. Where is it? It's gone. It's gone. It's run away. But the autos on this set is where the money is. They got Hiddleston, they got Richard E. Grant, they got Sylvia DiMartino, they got that lady there, and I think I've got exactly
Sasha
the same
Lane.
autograph. Sasha Lane. They've got the
Owen
lady
Wilson.
who played the other hunter. Can't remember her name now. And of course they got Jonathan Majors, who's
Oh wow.
what they missed a trick on was having more fun with this guy.
So they did do an
Alligator.
alligator parallel.
Did they?
Number to 25.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't get that.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Well,
I think I remember seeing something
like
about that
the
too.
Shang-Chi one, Dragon Scale, where
Yeah,
it's just kind
but
of
the thing with it, it's out of 25. I got
Uh-huh.
one off ComC for $8.
Right.
The thing is, it's just printed alligator scale. It's not embossed
Right.
feeling. It's not. It's. I don't know. It was a little underwhelming.
They absolutely missed a trick on that, as far as I'm concerned. Not having a small piece of actual alligator horn or something like that in the
Right.
card, but considering Upper Deck used to put insects in cards, I think that would have been a good one. But again, they spent the money on the autos. You've got you've got everyone in that show. You got Owen Wilson signed.
Yeah, that's
So
cool.
they have got every single person like in that main cast of 6 or 7, which is why I'm really looking forward to what they do with season 2. Because what's his name? The short Vietnamese guy who was in Indiana Jones and was in.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember his name now.
Key.
Anyway, his
Yeah.
auto card for a Loki season 2.
Do you think they'll leave Majors out of season 2 cards?
What's that?
Do you think they're going to leave Majors out of the season 2 cards now based on?
They might be instructed to, even if he's signed.
Right.
Because they've done what it'll have done is done the stickers basically. But whether you'll see a Victor Timely autograph card in that product is very.
Do you think they would even have his image in the cards?
That's what I mean. Will they just delete him altogether from the set, or do you think they'll still put him in?
Do you think his timeline might be pruned?
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe they will. Maybe they'll prune Victor Timely. Series 2.
That would be interesting because he was. I mean, he was in a lot of that season.
Yeah.
He was in a lot of that. So yeah, I mean, crikey. Well, listen, if they can do an Eternal set without Angelina Jolie's image being in it at all,
they'll figure it out.
They'll figure it out, I'm sure. But I don't envy you on that one, Grant. Right, we're gonna Keith. What's your hard out?
I got 10 more.
You got 10 more. Right. We're gonna give short shrift then. Apologies to the people behind this set. To Premiere, Anime Volume 2, Hawkeye, and No Way Home. So, did anyone open any Premiere? I mean, at what?
Watched a lot of it. Love the base cards. Love the base card art. Plan to get a lot of it. Maybe even do a base set. Annoyed about the sketch card curation and what was, for that amount of money, what a lot of people got was really bad.
Really?
I'll echo what Keith said.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Well, it was $600 a box.
Yeah, it wasn't cheap this time.
You're only getting so many cards as it is.
Yeah.
And the collation of cards as far as what base would be in there or what kind of parallel you would get was pretty solid.
Yeah.
But like I said, for me, the main feature to the set is the sketch card, and what you would get would be, oof. That first week that it came out, I thought for sure, I'm like, okay, I'm going to get hyped up and I'm going to start buying this stuff. And after the first week of watching people rip it, I was like, thank God.
Safe. Marvel Premiere.
Yes.
There we go.
Check me off.
Right.
Yeah, for every good box, there was about 3 not so good.
That sucks. If
I
you're in
had
that one.
I got a guy that is at my local card shop, and he bought a car from us, and so every once in a while he'll say, "Hey, I'm gonna be in the area. You want me to bring you something by?" He'll deliver card boxes, like hobby boxes, to me. It's pretty cool. But I had one on hold for the premiere, and ended up it just came down to a situation where they ended up selling it, and I guess the guy that bought it just got it. Was happy that I was happy it went to him and not me. That's for sure.
Okay,
Mm.
fair enough. All right.
Wow.
I can't talk about it because I've not opened any of it, and I didn't really have an opportunity to watch many of the breaks. But I've seen the sketches around. I'm kind of with you on that one, Keith. Um, Sketches being such a subjective thing, notwithstanding. I've got the Black Cat shadow box from it, which I'm showing off on Instagram yesterday.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And it's nice. It's nice. You know, it's a shadow box. What can you do? It's better than the awful color boxes they had the other year.
Yep.
Um,
And the base art's good.
yeah, the base art's good.
Yeah.
And it's always digital base art, this set. I
Mhm.
think it's the same guys that did the last set. Anime Volume 2.
Not yet. I
Wood-
love the base set.
Wood card's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wood cards are amazing.
I don't like that there wasn't a featured artist.
Yeah. Weird. I was thinking something and you summed it up in a much more diplomatic way. Anime 1 worked really, really well because it's a really cool idea. But a lot of Anime's 1 success was Peach Momoko, which is why I think the woodblock cards, as well as being brilliantly physically executed, are one of the highlights of the set because it's Peach. Now, no disrespect whatsoever to any of the other artists. There's some really solid stuff in there. But it just, to me, it's such a mishmash. I think if you're into anime and you're into the styles that are represented within this set, then you're gonna go for it. But I just remember looking through it and I was like, some of it's cool, some of it's fun, some of it's quite nice, kind of in a Saturday morning cartoon kind of way. But most of it was like, it's a style, which is the idea of it, of characters you know and love. And I think we're so used to gritty versions of them these days that when you get something like this, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I don't know. I thought, brilliant quality. I loved it. I can't stand the stacks. They can go away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Rose, what was that artist's name? Rose.
Rose.
She
Is it Besh?
she
Besh.
Yeah.
I think she
Yeah.
did some of the best
That's so
art in
cool.
that set. Yeah.
That's pretty gnarly.
Mhm.
Kitty Pride.
There are some pricey sketch cards in this set too.
Yeah, and that Anime 1 did that as well, actually.
Yeah. I don't know if I've seen many sketches pulled. I mean, I haven't watched a lot of this, but
they're pretty scarce. I think you're only
Yeah.
talking a couple of case, if that.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Wolverine's Journey one, and that's a big chase set because I saw
Oh.
Joshua Legg showing those off. Not for me, I think. Kaiju Battles, I didn't like that about the first set. These ones are weird, and again, it's a cultural thing, I think. It's like Hit Monkey.
Oh yeah.
It's like this whole chase set.
Was there a mecha insert in this?
No, I don't believe there was a
I know
power
that-
level.
Yeah, the last one I liked.
Yeah, I like the mech from last time. Yeah,
yeah.
this time was a kaiju battle.
That's it. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Well, Kaiju was in the last one, but it
Yeah,
wasn't
but
that-
this one
Yeah, there was
yeah.
kaiju.
There was kaiju last time. This time I think it's just the 2 kaijus fighting.
got
Got
an
it.
auto one of the power levels, which is nice, which is available. And then you had the capsule cards, which had kind of weird elements of a character. So in this one, you had, who do you have in here? You had a world level item, Black Panther's helmet and claw, and it's numbered. I've actually put it back in there, and it's in a tiny little penny sleeve as well.
Mhm.
Wow.
So they're quite
Can-
interesting. And I noticed there's a Black Cat one. I saw it on group the other day, and I was like, I didn't know that existed. So,
Yeah.
Can
you pull autographs out of those, like those capsule cards? Can there?
I can't remember. I don't know if you can this year. You didn't
I'm not
last time
sure.
though. Yeah, you didn't get autos in there last time. You got limited stuff, but you didn't get autos. It's a fun set. It's a fun set. It's harmless. That's the best thing I can say about it. Hawkeye and No Way Home. Hawkeye, I love the show. Cards were
Yeah.
fun.
I rewatched it recently for Christmas.
Yeah, they really, again, they leaned into the styling of it.
Yeah.
That's, I think, the only visual image of the Kingpin that's in the set at all. Spoilers if you haven't seen it, but he's in the show. I love them. The quality of them is great. They've got kind of a red parallel, which has kind of got gold foiling on it,
Oh, that's cool.
which is nice. That's really pretty.
So are there
And-
Christmas elements all over the cards?
All over the cards. They've got the all wrapped up insert set, which has got a gold variant, which is this. This is one of them.
Yeah.
It's very nice. And then you've got the film sales aren't film sales. They're holiday season. That's kind of, so they're not listed as film sales. They've just got
they're-
scenes in kind of a border.
And kind of acetate-y.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
nice. They got a trick shots insert set, which seems to have different color parallels as well.
Okay.
It's fun. It's a fun set, and they've also got
The ornament.
cards. Yeah, cards shaped like Christmas ornaments in the set. The metal cards in the set are arrows, but they're not proper arrows. They're kind of cards, and they just point off at the end, which kind of work. Yeah, there's some fun stuff in them. But again, it's the autos. They've got everyone. They've got
And I think I
Renner.
heard
They've got
Grant
Stan.
say something about the autos. They're trying to make them more integrated with the cards, so you don't
Yes.
notice the sticker as much.
Yeah,
too,
that's
which
right.
I thought was
Right,
really
That's
cool.
right. Yeah, yeah. And I pulled one of the metal arrows, but it was a signed version of it, numbered to 25, which is cool. So yeah, so in terms of the Disney Plus shows, for me, of 2023, Hawkeye's the strongest set because it was doing different stuff to the other three.
Right.
And for that reason, it kind of wins. And then No Way Home. What can't I say about No Way Home? It's over here.
I can't wait. I can't wait to dig into that one.
I've got a
Yeah.
printing plate.
I saw
Ooh.
that on Instagram.
Yeah,
That's sweet.
I've got a printing plate of so that's a chase set called Sinister. So that's a Doc Ock one. And look at that printing plate. You can see
Yeah,
it
you can see
through
the ink
printing
on it
process.
too.
Yeah. It's also weirdly got ink on the back of the sticker. But there's text
Wow.
missing there. They haven't said what the insert is or what the color plate is. So I think that's a production error with the stickers when they put those on.
May I ask how many boxes you opened?
Just one. Just one.
Nice start.
You've got the canvas, and there are black parallels of this, which are numbered, I believe. It's quite a big set. One of these is numbered to 35, so I'm not sure how many it goes up to. And they're nice. They're very similar to the annual canvases. And the base cards have got parallels. I'm just going to show you the parallels just for time's sake. Base cards, you've got a foiling around them with kind of a bluey purple.
Oh yeah.
And then you've got a red one. And there's a detail thing. Look at the different spider logo in the top corner of the card.
Yeah,
You
it's
You know,
even
the
shape.
Spider-Man had a slightly different Spidey,
Mhm.
Right.
and that's a really nice detail. Yeah, you can see it there. So yeah, they're really nice.
That's a nice attention to detail, like you
It's
said.
a really nice
That's
attention
pretty
to
cool.
detail. So, I mean, good grief! You got patches, logo patches.
Did we get
I-
the same logo patch? We did. we
Yeah, we
didn't
did. There we go.
So,
Look at that.
mine looks
You've
thicker for
got
some reason.
Public Enemy cards, which look like Daily Bugle.
Yeah.
They're nice.
Yeah.
Foiling on those is good. The Sinister Chase set that you saw the printing plate of.
Those are
I've got
pretty
two
neat.
different lizards. Yeah, they look nice. But yeah, it's a nice set. It's a really nice set. There's a lot of elements to it that I didn't get. So I didn't get a PMG. I didn't get the metal Hello Peter cards. Didn't get an auto, obviously. But yeah, there's some. It's breaking really well for people, and you get most of the base set in one box, which is unheard of.
Okay.
Yeah, is it a smaller base set?
No, I think
50 cards?
I don't
Okay.
know. I haven't counted it, to be fair.
And the PMGs are like the other one,
they're
the
like the purple MCU
Purple,
ones that they
yeah.
did. Yeah. And they look really nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, so there we go. We've reached the end of it. Good grief! Sorry, Keith. You're
It's
probably
okay.
your engine is running outside. So very quickly on the MCU side of things, for those who've seen them and have them in hand, where would you put your set of the year or your top kind of couple? I've experienced them all, so I'm not going to say anything just yet. I'm just wondering if
From what I've seen, I have
guys
to say
at the
what
bottom.
if. I have to say what if. There's a lot of call outs in there that I'm interested in, and some cards I'd like to pick up, or just a chase set of certain things I'd like to put together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say what if. I just have one card, but watching the boxes open, I think it's kind of refreshing for something that's so much
Yeah.
looks like it's fun, a lot of different possibilities, and you don't have to worry about hitting a sketch or a auto.
yeah.
I mean, not you want to. I mean, not worry, but it's just that kind of takes off. Like, oh, I didn't get that or whatever. You got more fun
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was thinking the same thing, and last night I was thinking about, like, on the other side, like, I love What If, but the No Way Home, just the start of it, I'm really excited to get more of that, and I've gotten into beginnings a lot more that it's on EPAC. So, like, I feel like once you get it, you open the boxes, and then you get into EPAC, you get to see a little bit more of it. I'm really excited for What If and No Way Home on EPAC too.
Good. What about comic art sets then, folks?
It's masterpieces to me.
It's got to be, and I think I couldn't see in this category. You could subdivide it to reproduced art and original art, but to be honest with you, I don't think there's any point because no one's ever going to choose annual over master. I mean, some people might choose annual over masterpieces because it's all they can afford, and there's nothing wrong with that.
And when you say masterpieces, it's not about it being the best masterpieces or anything like that.
No.
Like you said earlier, 18 is always going to be my kingdom.
Yeah.
But of the art sets, I think I just have to give it to masterpieces.
It has to be masterpieces, just in terms of the fact that it's just, and I think that's because Fleer Ultra Avengers stuck, fudged the landing.
I agree.
It could have been shoulder to shoulder, but it just wasn't for me. And of those comic art sets, I have to give it to Annual because it's just solid and fun. And they've done some good stuff with it, but I know Beginnings is still kind of doing some fun stuff.
I had fun with. I went big into Beginnings. I mean, it kind of sort of tugged at the kind of classic Marvel style. The bases are real crisp and clean, and it's fun. It's a little daunting with 180 cards, and then trying to do parallels of that is a little much, but I had fun with Beginnings, and I plan to have fun in 2024 with Beginnings. So
I think the official Marvel Card Collectors podcast verdict then is that 2023 set of the year for comic art, be it published or original, is Masterpieces 2022, and for MCU side of things, What If? Everyone's nodding sagely. Brilliant. We're going to go What If, and I'm going to put a notable shout out runner up for Eternals in there just because I like it so much.
I'm excited to check it out a little bit more now that you've mentioned it and go back and watch the show again.
Well, if you want the face set or any extras, let me know because I've got boxes of them sat in the other room. Right, kids. Keith, you need to go. Jason,
perfect timing.
Lovely. And we're going to wrap this up and enjoy collecting, everybody, and we will see you next week.
All right. See you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for listening, folks. If you enjoyed it, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share on YouTube or the podcast platform of your choice. The podcast can be found by Googling @the MCC Pod, which is also our handle on Facebook and Instagram. If you have an idea for podcast topics or want to be on the podcast, please reach out via social media or email us at themccpod@gmail.com. Our Facebook communities are MCCW, Marvel Card Collectors Worldwide, and MMC, Marvel Masterpieces Collectors. Creative design and logos for the podcast and groups are by artist Michael Monshaw. You can find him on Instagram @artofm2. The great music we use is called Rocket Power by Kevin MacLeod. Thanks to the collectors, artists and creators who support the Marvel Cards Fan Collective. We'll see you next time, and remember, collect your way and always be kind to others. Make mine Marvel and enjoy collecting.